What's up, guys? It's RBCollects, and I'm here with another video. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but it's a little bit different. As you guys can see right in front of me, there's a whole stack of cards. This is actually my first submission preview to PSA, and there's 4 different sports. I actually don't remember. There's a lot of cards in here. I think they're 30 plus, and I'm going to showcase each and every one really quick, of which I'm submitting to 2 different service levels. I'm going to submit to bulk and economy because 2 of the cards fall above the bulk declared value, and so I'm gonna show those off, and I'll actually mention when they come up because they're the only 2 soccer cards, well, football cards that come up. I'm sending in baseball, soccer, American football, and I think there's one basketball. I think there's one LeBron in there, and I know from the top of my head whether I think it'll get a 10 or not. And when the cards come back, I'll base off my gem rate off of what I believe should be a 10, because it wouldn't be fair that I purposely know something is going to come back a 9, or that I have a feeling it may come back a 9 because of certain issues that I know exist. It all comes down to whatever grader I get at PSA. But I'm sending in these cards through Nash Cards because from what I've seen from all the returns on Instagram, they come back pretty quick, which can come down to service reps, all that stuff. So I'm gonna try to do it through them, and it just gives me peace of mind that somebody else is controlling it, somebody that's experienced. So I'll do that. So I'm gonna start showing off all the cards. I'm gonna do it very quick because I know some people take like a whole minute with every card. Assume every card is gem mint 10 of a pre-grade of what I believe it's going to be, unless I mention it. For example, this first card right here is a Ken Griffey Jr. 89 Donruss Diamond Kings. I believe it'll get a 9 because of corner and edge issues. This 90s Donruss Ken Griffey Jr. is probably going to get a 9 because of corner issues. There's a couple corners that look more white on camera, but they look normal under a loop. But this will almost guarantee to get a 9. Everything else looks perfect. Even the centering looks pretty decent on a card like this. Alright, so here we go. Assume again that these will be 10s. 2020 Decade's Best Jordan Alvarez, 2020 Gavin Lux. This is actually going to be one of those 90s cards that I put in a different service level. This will probably get an 8 or 9. Dustin May 10, I believe. Clint Frazier 10. Clint Frazier Sepia, I believe it'll get a 10. One of these has an issue on the back that is barely noticeable. That'll probably get a 9. The other one will most likely get a 10. This Lubob that I got from eBay looks, it looks beautiful. It has to be a 10. Glaber Torres looks nice. This one, a corner issue, may give it a 9. Other than that, it looks good. Bo Bichette, I think it's going to be a 10. The first 2 Adleys, I believe, are going to be a 10. This third one has a couple of print lines on the back that I tried to fix with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, which apparently is a good way to like loosen up the back. Other than that, I'm not going to try anything else because that's pretty unethical, and that's literally manipulating the card. This might get a 9, if not 10, because it looks clear. This Brandon Lau is probably going to get a 10. Looks very nice to me. Other than a couple edge issues on the back, it looks perfectly fine to me. It may be a 9 if the grade is generous, or you might not actually look at it as a bad thing. It's a 10. You don't know it unless you see it, which is the case with a lot of cards that you're going to grade down the line. If something is extremely obvious, like a corner that's dinged and whitened, or an edge that looks white because it's peeled on the front or the back, or centering, which left to right is too much of a border, too less of a border, and then when you look under a magnifying glass, if there's a lot of print lines, that can be you can tell it's going to be a 9. This Eloy Jimenez is going to be a 10 easily. This is probably going to be a 10. This Bo Bichette looks very nice. I'm surprised I didn't send it in before to SGC, but I'm actually glad I didn't do that. This is going to be a 10. It looks very nice. This Nico Horn, I wanted to have at least 1 in my collection that's a PSA 10 and maybe sell it after. It's definitely going to be a PSA 10. This one looks nice. There's the slight hint of print line, but I still didn't think it's going to bring it down. I did try to clean it off and it looks a little less aggressive, but I'll count this in as a gem rate. LeBron, these mosaic cards actually, they all have print lines on the back. It looks like it's constant with every mosaic card that I have. PSA says that if it's a print defect that is known within every card, it won't lower the grade. But again, it's very subjective to the grader. This LeBron James, I kind of fixed it again with rubbing alcohol on the back. Looks okay. This Justin Herbert, I definitely fixed a lot. I'll go as far to say it should get a 10. This Tua looks nice. It could get a 9 or a 10. That's what I put down on paper. This Edwards-Helaire looks very nice. It's a pink camo, so it's not numbered. The back again with the print lines is killing me, but I put it down as a 9 or 10 because it really is subjective. It could barely, you could barely notice it unless you really look at it analytically. And then we have both my soccer cards. So I had this Leo Messi. It's a silver prism from Russia 2018, as you can see right there. I wanted to have at least one Messi in the collection, and I'm not sure if I'm going to sell it when it comes back, unless within these months that I do send more to PSA, I have more Messis, but I really want a Messi. He's the GOAT. I mean, between him and Ronaldo, I prefer Messi. He hits closer to home. And to me, this card is amazing. The marks are on the card saver. Slight print lines on the back, but not as aggressive as the other Panini cards. I put this down as a 10 because honestly, it almost like disappears from your eye. And then this Jaden Sancho. I mean, this is numbered out of what, 125? Yeah. I mean, this card is beautiful. This card is beautiful. Those two are economy. The Messi and this, because I honestly believe that these will cost more than $500 if they both come out PSA 10s. They already cost almost $200 alone raw. This one looks great. The back doesn't look any, again, print lines that are very subjective, but print lines that you can't even notice. Like, I mean, you really can't. It looks really nice. If these two come back as PSA 10s, and theoretically, if I were to sell them, they may pay back the whole submission in terms of the fees to PSA, not the value of the card itself, which is great. But again, soccer is my favorite sport. I'm not sure if I'll sell the Jaden Sancho at least until he goes up in value. Messi is almost a PC if I get enough cards. Sancho is in Dortmund. I like Dortmund, but they're not my main team. Chelsea's my main team, so I don't know if I'll sell him. But he's young. He's younger than me, and the man is doing more in his life that I've done ever. I mean, I don't know if he's gone to college, but that pales in comparison with the talent that he has. It amazes me in terms of soccer what these guys do, and the raw potential some of these guys have from the moment they're the under 15 teams. Jaden Sancho is one of those guys that, I mean, he goes overseas to Germany and look at how he's performing. So yeah, these two are the ones that I'm really hoping they gem. Everything else I care, but these two really made me go aggressive with sending in cards. But yeah, guys, that's the submission. Hopefully these all come back 10s. You never know, but the Derek Jeter, I know for a fact, won't come back as a 10. There has a couple issues on the back that it's like dimples, but they're not pushed into the card. So I'd say an 8 or a 9, best case scenario. I don't think it'll get a 7. The edges in the corners, they look great. For this card, they look great. Centering can be subjective. This part of the centering is a little bit more towards the left. So right to left centering is a little bit of an issue. Top to bottom, the bottom looks a little bit But again, everything else about the card other than a little 2 spots over here that under magnifying glass are an issue. The card looks great. And I picked this up for under $10. But yeah, guys, thank you guys very much for watching the video. Once these come back, I will make a video following up. But most likely, I'll be sending in at least 10 cards every month from now on as an investment. I really want to get into this as an investment other than, for PCs. Because PCs, I can just buy cards online unless I feel like a card can gem and I can get more out of my money that way. But thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the fact that I'm back on YouTube. Thank you guys, and peace.